Yeah, I just wanted to say something, right? You know, I've been telling you guys, like, when it comes to the different One Piece characters, you know, the women is Nami, and then it's Vivi, and then after that, we don't worry about that Nico Robin chick. Like, man, look at Vivi in this one, man. Vivi looking like a straight up snack, man. Matter of fact, she ain't even looking like a snack, right? You know, that's Nico Robin is like the carrot and the dip and everything. That's okay if you're trying to go on a real lighthearted snack, right? See, Vivi looking like a straight up full course meal right here, man. Like a good old Thanksgiving meal, like with the turkey and the gravy and the biscuits and the stuffing, the dressing. Hell, I even put some shrimp on that motherfucker. Man, like I'm ready to get some seafood in this shit. Like holy shit, Vivi looking good in this shit, man. Like man, ain't no way I'd be one of them cats, man. Cause shit, I be making princes and princesses with Vivi. God damn it, shit, no pull out. Yo, what up, everybody? It's your boy, the Kryptonian, saying here, bringing you a review for One Piece chapter 610. And I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, man. Was not expecting this ending. Where you got Sharley, the fortune teller, and she says, "Get Straw Hat Luffy off of this island right now. He will bring ruin to Fishman Island." I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, this just got dark really, really quick. Like, Luffy was going from, yeah, hey, I always wanted to ask this question. Do mermaids poop? I love the poop jokes, man. Like, I love the poop jokes. That's like one of the reasons I like Dr. Slump, because she got Aurelia and poop. Like, I love poop jokes. So, I thought that was pretty funny, man. And the other thing is, you know, Charlie, she's supposedly so beautiful that Sanji can't even be in her presence, because when this dude comes to, Cammy had to sneak him into the back part of the mermaid bar, right? And they get the blood transfusion and everything. Sanji comes to, they're telling him, like, Sanji, don't try to remember anything. And Cammy goes into damage control and goes and she thanks Charlie and she says, hey, Charlie, don't take your ass in there. You're way too beautiful. If Sanji sees you, he will bleed out again. We can't have that going on. And what I thought was really interesting about all this is Oda, I feel like Oda is doing with Sanji what he did with Luffy. Now, with Luffy, Luffy got hit with so much venom that he was on the brink of death when Magellan was getting into him, right? And in this chapter, we find out that Luffy actually got poisoned. And yet, Luffy had built up such an immunity to it that Luffy didn't even feel the effects of the poison. His body was already producing antibodies, right? So I'm thinking what Oda's doing with Sanji is getting hit with so much perversion, right? So much just epic beauty that he's having to try and digest, and he's bleeding out so much that he's going to be able to get over his pervy nature. So that would be interesting. I'd be a little sad to see that happen because, again, when it comes to shonens, I like perverts. I like them a lot. I think that they're hilarious. I think it adds a different layer of comedy to it. And I would be sad to see that go, but at the same time, like, yo, if Sanji's going to be getting nosebleeds like this, that'd make it real hard for Luffy and them to kind of progress in the Grand Line. And the other thing is, let's just say, right? Let's just say hypothetically, okay? Sanji has all these different nosebleeds, and in the same chapter, we find out that Big Mom is protecting the Fishman Island, and it's because Whitebeard died, okay? And because Whitebeard died, someone had to take over, and with Big Mom, you know, she's got a business and everything, apparently, and this is the thing that has me kind of think, right? Like, the wheels are turning a little bit. So, with Sanji has all these nosebleeds and everything. So, what's to say that Big Mom isn't fucking hot? And the reason why I say that is Oda calls her Charlotte, okay? And maybe this is just me putting some of my own personal experience into it. But I don't know an ugly Charlotte, okay? Like, every Charlotte I know is either really, really, really hot or she's not anybody you'd be afraid to hold their hand in public with, okay? And so I'm thinking maybe Big Mom is super attractive, and Luffy, the way he has it, Luffy says, hey, yeah, Big Mom, yeah, I could deal with that shit. She's one of the four emperors like Shanks is. I hope we meet her one day. And that's clear foreshadowing that shit's gonna happen because Luffy isn't gonna spurt out some shit like this, okay? Now, spurt, pun intended, because Sanji nosebleeds. But Luffy ain't gonna spurt out some shit like this. I hope we meet her. And he's already connected her with Shanks. So this is what I'm thinking, right? I'm thinking Oda is having to have Sanji build up the immunity because she might be on some shit like Boa Hancock, man. Because it just makes sense. Like Boa Hancock, one of the 7 warlords of the sea, one of the most beautiful women in most people's eyes in the One Piece world. And you gotta have one of the 4 emperors be like the parallel to that. So it kind of makes sense, you know. Like Sanji has to do that shit. So now moving a little further, okay. I like how Oda, again, just kind of dives deeper into the tension between humans and with the mermaids. And what's really interesting is the fact that we actually find out that when it comes to mermaids and fishmen and mermen, like once they start, you know, mixing up and having babies and everything, like Luffy is like, yeah, they come in all sizes and shapes and colors and shades, and there's so many different combinations. And it's, again, like, it's just like with people. I mean, once you start getting with different ethnic groups and they start blending, you get different shades and all types of shit, man. I mean, it's something me and my girl have talked about. Like, it's interesting just the different combinations you can get. And like this, I forgot the name of the website, but there's like a website we can go on and you can like do the genetic stuff and kind of see like what your kids would have. Like, you know, like if the mom has green eyes and like the dad has blue eyes, or the dad has brown eyes, you can mix them up and see what it's gonna be. There's another one where you can take like the pictures and like do the you have to pay for this one though. Take the pictures and they take the models and look at what the actual kid might look like. And I mean it's interesting, and I mean it's Oda just incorporating other shit, man. So I like how you see shit like that in this, and Luffy's just kind of looking, and Luffy's just throwing some straight up shade, man. Like Luffy's throwing shade. Luffy's just like, yo, she's like Granny Kokoro. I heard when you turn 30, mermaids, you get 2 legs too. And it's just like, damn, Luffy, she's 30. Why you gonna call her a grandma, dude? Like, goddamn. Like, I thought that was pretty funny though, and it's just like if Kokoro was 30, and we know Kokoro's older than 30, but I'm just gonna use some Luffy logic for a second. Kokoro's 30, holy shit, she lived a hard life, yo. But this is what's really interesting, right? See, when Luffy's just looking around and he sees that crystal ball, it's just like you get the foreshadowing, because she's like, don't you touch it, don't you do anything. And we find out that this chick Sharley is so cold with the prognostications and the premonitions and everything that everything she sees comes true. And so when we find out about this prophecy of Luffy, and you see him with the straw hat, and you see, you see the flames and everything in the background, it's like, oh shit, is Luffy gonna burn this shit down? And this is what I'm thinking, okay? I'm thinking more than likely what's gonna happen is Luffy's gonna get into a fight so extreme that it's probably going to cause damage to Fishman Island. And I think that's what's being seen. And the reason why I say this is you got this Vander dude who apparently that's who Brook thought was the ghost pirate or whatnot. And it's only one of his descendants, okay? And I'm thinking more than likely that's what's going to happen, because we do know that this Vander guy is sending all of these notes on some real stalker shit to the mermaid princess, okay? And the King Neptune, I think that's his name, King Neptune, you know, he's got the 3 older brothers, the princess, and then he's got the princess, right? You got this Vander guy trying to get at her, and it started out, right, it's just like classic courtship. It's like, hey, yeah, you look kind of pretty. Yeah, whatever, blah, 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 blah. You like that? That's cool. What got you into that? Oh, okay. What made you interested in that? Oh, that's pretty awesome. I like to do this. You know, just real standard shit, right? You got different types of flirts. You got the compassionate flirt, the funny flirt, the touchy flirt, I mean, you got the shy flirt. You got, different types. So it's just like this guy was just kind of, testing the waters. And she might have been giving a little play back. And then all of a sudden he's like, yo, I'm giving you all this attention. You're not giving me any play. And he just takes up to another level. Now he's getting aggressive, right? And he's just, sending letter after letter after letter. And I'm like, oh shit, I see where this is going. This dude trying too hard, man. She ain't even interested in him anymore. Like, you gotta show interest, but at the same time, you don't come off like you're fucking desperate. And now he's just sending flat out death threats. Like, he on some, like, suicide bomber shit right now. Like, yo, if you don't give me the pussy, I'm gonna blow this shit up. Like, he's on some straight savage shit. And what I found interesting is, you got that going on, and these princes are basically like the older brothers, if you will. And the father's just like, we got to nip this shit in the bud. Like, we can't let them deflower my little girl like this. So I thought that was pretty interesting that, Oda does have that dynamic in there. Now, I want to end this chapter with one more thing with the Big Mom thing, okay? Because I also thought this was interesting. So, one of the things that we find out is that Whitebeard never asked for anything. He never asked for anything in protection. He's just like, yo, nobody comes here. This island's protected by Whitebeard. It is what it is. Take your dicks and go home, okay? Whereas with Big Mom, she just wants sweets sent to her. And it gets alluded to that maybe she wants them for a company. So, in a way, this is fitting that this is following archipelago shit. Because we did see some slavery type stuff hinted there. What if Big Mom isn't like what Luffy's thinking? Because he's comparing her to Shanks. And I mean, Shanks is just like the party dude or whatnot, right? So what if Big Mom is making like the fishmen and the mermaids and everything supply her with sweets for her business in exchange for protection? So it's almost like they're indentured servants, which if you guys don't know what that is, that's like indentured servitude. It's like, you're going to work for me in exchange for a place to live and food on the plate and everything, and to pay off a debt or whatnot, and it's going to be a set number of years, and then you get your freedom, but more than likely you're not going to get your freedom. And so I'm wondering if that's what's going on. But my chapter question to you guys is, what were your thoughts about this prophecy, yo? Like, what were your thoughts on that? But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, share. Thank you so much for watching the end of the video, guys. Have an awesome